Hello, this is Ken Ferry with this week's Boots in the Field report. This week we had a fantastic field day. The weather couldn't have been any better. We had great attendance, a lot of good questions, a lot of mixing it up back and forth between corn and beans, and just probably couldn't get much better. I want to thank everybody that came down for it. Really made a nice day out of it. At the Round Robin Crop Report at our field day that we do every year, it was a pretty strong report, especially from all the guys within the state of Illinois. You know, some places a little too much and not quite enough water, but the report was strong. We did hear from the Ohio guys. Sound like they started it out wet, went through June wet, and now they're on the backside to where they're a little on the dry side, looking for some moisture. Talked to Missing Bill out of Michigan, and they're in the same boat. They're struggling for water out there, but in general, the report was pretty strong for what their expectations were coming into fall. This was another fantastic week for corn, you know, with the highs in the mid-80s and the cool 60-degree nights. Boy, looking at the forecast, the next 10 days looks like a carbon copy from that. So I see a lot of potential here to continue to move this corn along and hang on to those kernels. The longer we hang on, the less stress issues we deal with, the more likely we'll keep those kernels. The cool nights will be a concern, though, for these big beans that we're dealing with. A lot of people at the crop report talked about 50-inch beans out there, so we're seeing that pretty much across the state. Already we're getting reports of white mold, and I expect to see more of that with this forecast of all these 60-degree nights stacked on the top of the fact that we have such tall soybeans out there. So we're probably going to deal with a little bit of white mold out of this. Today I saw for the first time northern leaf blight right here at Hayworth. Again, this is coming from the cooler temperatures that we're dealing with at night. So we're probably going to see more northern leaf blight as your pest team's out there doing the scouting as well. Running into some spider mites showing up in the lighter soils, the lighter sands, silt loams, and they're at the lower portion of the plant. All these fields where the spider mites are showing up were sprayed with a fungicide and a pyrethroid. So I suspect that it tipped the balance in favor of the spider mite, meaning both the fungus and the pyrethroid are going to take away its competition, the two things that would hold it in check. Now, what we learned from 2012 and past is if those spider mites get up into that ear zone and that plant's showing stress from those spider mites, you probably better take them out. If they stay to the bottom of the plant and it doesn't look like plant stress, probably not a big deal. There is no real threshold for spider mites in corn, but past experience says when that stress is coming, especially in that ear leaf zone, you probably better clean it up. Want the pest teams to keep an eye on aphid pressure in corn the same way, as well as any approaching aphid pressure in the soybeans. Haven't seen any aphids in the soybeans, but are getting more and seeing more visual reports of some of the aphid colonies starting to now build in the cornfields. So again, we want to keep an eye on, especially those that we've sprayed, to make sure we don't have a blowout there that as time goes on. But other than that, fairly quiet, dealing with some earworm issues and things like that. But corn's trucking right along. The crew here is pretty busy putting the final touches on the Corn and Soybean College here at the campus. Man, the forecast looks great for next week. Sunshine, temperatures in the mid-80s. I'm not sure how to act with that. We're so used to the mid-90s during Corn College week. So scenario where that's going to be nice to have that kind of weather if the forecast is correct. The infield classes have really come together well. We got a lot to show and teach out there as far as the weather is participating really nice on that. We've got some good ears of corn to show as far as picking out our nitrogen work and stuff like that. The attendance is strong. We've got people from 15 states signed up. Our Canadian neighbors to the north have a good showing as well. There's a large group coming from 2 provinces up there. So there are still some seats available, but registration will close on Sunday unless we fill up first. But so there are some seats available if you still haven't got signed up, but you need to get to it pretty quick. So safe travels to everyone coming down. We're looking forward to hosting you here at the Farm Journal Corn and Soybean College. To stay up to date, check out our website at croptechinc.com and subscribe to our podcast, Boots in the Field Report. Keep her safe, keep her moving.